Yo, what up, peeps? It's your boy No man coming at y'all real quick. Some Detroit Lions talk, man. I gotta say, we let's recap. We went through our draft process, getting our players. Which, by the way, I think the NFL is trying to hold us on and saying that we ranked number 20th and we'll be a 7-9 team. I think that was them that said that. But anyway, um, we got our UDFAs, so undrafted free agents for those who don't understand what that means. And one specifically, two players actually I'm going to talk about is T.O. Redding and Chad Meredith. Those two players right there, I can see for some apparent reason, I can see Chad Meredith making the squad, and I can also see T.O. Redding making this roster as well. But do not sleep on Brandon Powell either. But I can see one of those three players making it. Now, I'm not saying there won't be others, but I'm just keeping y'all out for that. So y'all keep an eye on the UDFAs, man. In general, all of them. Y'all keep an eye on them. This looks like a very talented group. Uh, I hope, in far as secondary goes, I hope if we do end up keeping one in the secondary, because we had, let's say we plan on trading Evan Lawson, because we feel like one of those guys is too good to not give a chance to once the preseason and stuff is all settled. Um, I hope one of them end up being like our very own version of Malcolm Butler, like our own guy we found out of nowhere and turned up, you know. But this is just Detroit Lions talk, man. Uh, I feel cool. I hope that the coaching staff still working on, certain players that was undrafted last year, like Valvoga and Alex Barrett, if he's still here. I really hope we still are working and tooling with them because they actually are, to me, very talented. And I would like to see the Lions defense, although it's young, I think we still have a chance to be very good. Last year wasn't a total fail. I saw bright spots, and I think with some coaching, with the right coaching staff and the right scheme that fits, I think the Lions defense has a chance to be a top 15, maybe even possible top 10 next year. I mean, I'm not going to make more out of what it is. But when it comes to young talent, I mean, it's only so much that they can do starting off. Uh, I feel like the Lions' defense could be shaping into their own version of a Seahawks defense. Very a young team with key players in the secondary that make big plays, and a bunch of young players that's stepping up at the right time and taking over. Guys who are young and inexperienced, and guys who are late round picks, then they're undrafted. We don't have too many first round picks on that defense in general. When you talk about first round picks, you have Ziggy, Jared Davis, and Sylvester Williams wasn't drafted by us, but okay, fine. If you want to throw him in there, he wasn't drafted by us, but that's fine. That's really about it. Everybody else is kind of like a second rounder or later. Uh, that even includes Darius Slay, who's our Pro Bowl corner. So it's just that with the roster, man, I feel like with the defense, especially, if we can figure out how to stop that run and get better on the pass, I'm not saying we'll be a number one defense, but I feel like we could be a top 10 or even if you're going to go say top 15. I think it's best we try to get top 10 on both sides of the ball. If personally, I feel like because the Lions have to put up a winning season, they have to show that they're starting to win games. We got some big games coming this year. Uh, so I mean, when you again back to the UDFA scenario, man. When you look at young talent on defense like that and see the potential, it mainly shows why the Lions did what they did. I think maybe Bob Quinn undrafted a lot of those pass rushers last year because maybe he saw a year of pass rushers not being that good, which speaks to the reason why he probably paid Ziggy that 17.5 million, because it's like, yo, we don't have that many good pass rushers in there like that in this draft, and our O line still needs to be taken care of. I mean, when you put it like that, yeah, I can actually agree with that. You probably need to get the offensive lineman when you can, when the year is decent and other areas are scarce, and then turn around when let's say offense is scarce in the next draft, then build back on your defense. I think that's how you should do it. And I think Eric, a Lions fan, he pointed this out to a certain degree. I remember a while back He's saying the way the Lions used to draft, they should have drafted evenly and fair. He said sometimes they should have spent their higher picks on the offense at certain times, and then other years they should have spent on defense. Had to share it around. And I kind of feel like that's what Bob Quinn is doing. We could have easily went there and tried to do the sassy draft this past off season and tried to get Harold Landry in the first round and get a Darius Weiss in the second and do all the sassy stuff. But I mean, here's the thing about hype. It only lasts so long. One thing you don't want to do is go in too energized, assuming stuff is going to be this way because you got a certain player and this and that and other. You don't want to go in there doing that. And I kind of made that mistake last year. I thought with the offensive line additions we made, I thought we would have a top 5 line or a top 10 line. I thought it was here. I thought we were there, man. I thought we was going to get going. I mean, for Jesus' sake. And offensive line was still a bust as far as I'm concerned. Not all due to the players. Really, it was a lot of it due to coaching and scheming. And that's true. So, if you're still too mad about this whole not us getting Darius Guice, can I just ask y'all to just get over it? I don't even think the Lions intend on having a 1,000-yard rusher this season, personally. That's just my opinion. I think they're just looking for a guy who can really set a tone on the offense. Maybe be a daughter. Maybe they're looking for a triple head monster, maybe a double head monster, a 1-2 punch combination. You never know what the Lions could be up to. Their offense, all I know is this. Well, basically, what I'm saying is all I know is if the Lions could be a top 10 on both sides of the ball, we could have a very successful season this coming season. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens on that part. So y'all leave in the comment section, man. Who y'all think the Lions actually might make the Lions roster this year? As far as these new UDFAs, man. You think it's Chad Meredith? Do you think it's T.O. Redding, Brandon Powell, Chris Jones, Cameron? I can't remember his name. Save my life. Another dude named Al Rashid Benton. I think he's a linebacker as well. So who y'all think, man? What's your opinion on the Lions right now, man? Ultimately, at the end, do you think they are a 10-6 team or 11-5 team this year? Do you think they're strong enough to deal with the Packers in Minnesota? Do you think they'll be able to hold off the Bears again? I mean, I'm hearing rough things about all the teams right now. And, I mean, y'all just dress your opinion about how y'all feel where the defense is heading towards under Matt Patricia. How y'all feel how the offensive play will be? Who you think? Do you think Ashawn and Jared Davis are going to make big strides this year? Y'all leave it in there and comment section. I'm interested to hear what y'all got to say about it. Another thing is too, man, we gotta get Jonathan Hankins over here bad. If he's still unsigned right now, we must get Jonathan Hankins at all costs. Because we just traded Akeem Spence, by the way, to the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, so there was for undisclosed pick. So in 2019, so I'm not sure exactly. A lot of people figure it could be a 6th-round pick. We'll see what happens. I support what he did though last year, as far as standing up against the racism and this and that. Like I said, I don't really care for the whole kneeling down thing. As much. It's just I don't care to be judged based off standing up for your own rights. You know what I'm saying? That you don't have the right to tell us we can't do what we want to do. Not to go back to this whole kneeling down. I don't really care for the kneeling down thing for the song. I don't want to stand up for it, but I don't care to kneel down either. I just don't care for it. But people have rights, and Akeem Spence had every right to do what he felt he did last year. So as far as that aspect, I still kind of support him on that. So what it is, y'all have to understand that people can't. Hold on, just a second. Yeah, excuse me, I'm saying, but like I'm saying, I support him as far as that, and I wish him the best of luck. Playing wise, didn't really work out with him, you know what I'm saying? So anything we can get for him, I guess we'll take it. I doubt we'll get like a top 3 pick, like a 3rd, or even a 4th round for him. We're more likely probably will get at the most a 6th round pick. Never know. Maybe if we lucky a fifth, I'm not sure. But that's it is what it is. We'll see when it comes down to one time. Uh, so y'all tell me how y'all feel about that trade as well. Do you think it's still somebody out there you want? Just leave it out there in general, man. Uh, Let me know how y'all feel overall. Shout out to Ace Taker and rest of the DV game, man. King, JMO, Mobby, Raymore, Man Beast, Dante, LB, wherever you at, bro. So, this your boy No Man. Signing out. Peeps. I'm hitting my instant transmission on y'all.